Come on, you guys. Let's get right to it. Let's do it. It's all good. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. One name, three personalities. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. Dogg, Anti-Imperial, the chill. All right, you guys, let's get right to it.
Of course, the South Carolina Senator Tim Scott and Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Let the record show I know both these individuals. I actually enjoy both these individuals. I've done a couple of events with Tim Scott, sat up in his office on Capitol Hill, chopping it up with him. We've done lunch in the 843. Charleston, dropping a clues bomb to the 843. Okay? I did several events with Vice President Harris when she was running for president. I've been with Vice President Harris in Goose Creek, South Carolina, assisted her in unveiling her mental health plan. I've been with her at South Carolina State, quite a few places, okay? I've had on-air, off-air conversations with both of them. I actually would call both of them homies, okay? I enjoy both of them. Don't agree with all their politics, but as humans, the exchanges of energy I've had with them, I like them. And that's why I'm so disappointed. Dare I say disgusted with both of them on this fine Friday morning. Now, the other night, President Joe Biden delivered his first address before a joint session of Congress. After that was over, Senator Tim Scott, the only black person in the Senate, gave a rebuttal on behalf of the GOP, and he got put on the social media skewer. I mean, they grilled and sauteed his ass, rightfully so, for these comments he made about race in America. Listen.
I get called Uncle Tom and the N-word by progressives, by liberals. Believe me, I know firsthand our healing is not finished. 100 years ago, kids in classrooms were taught the color of their skin was their most important characteristic. And if they looked a certain way, they were inferior. Today, kids are being taught that the color of their skin defines them again. And if they look a certain way, they're an oppressor. From colleges to corporations to our culture.
So what Tim Scott is doing right here is he's defending white people. He's saying that 100 years ago, black people, were discriminated against because of the color of their skin. He's saying, but today, because people have a certain color of skin, they're looked at as being oppressors. So what he's saying is, since white people have white skin today, that racism has changed and white people are being discriminated against. So basically what he's trying to say is, he's trying to say that white Republicans and conservatives are not racist anymore. He's basically saying that white people are discriminated against for the color of their skin. So Tim Scott's whole speech was defending white racists, basically. That's what his speech was about.
People are making money and gaining power by pretending we haven't made any progress at all. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
I disagree. Okay, but here's the interesting thing about Tim Scott's rebuttal. Clearly, Tim didn't get a hold of Joe Biden's speech beforehand because Biden didn't really focus on race. He didn't say America was a racist country. I mean, Biden is the same person that whenever there is blatant racism, he says, this is not America. I mean, but he didn't really focus on race in his speech. About an hour and some change into his speech, he spoke briefly about the death of George Floyd and how he wanted to rebuild trust between law enforcement and the people they serve. And Biden did say he wants to root out systemic racism in our criminal justice system.
Okay, well, Biden's talked about George Floyd. Biden talked about rooting out systemic racism. I mean, this is the thing, right? So people are going to complain, but what other president, before him, did Trump talk about systemic racism? So at least you have somebody who is actually in public in a presidential speech speaking about these things. Let's continue to go.
System, but that's about it. So for Tim Scott to take his ass on TV and tell all these white people that America is not a racist country is a slap in the face to all of us in the lower caste system. Tim, your West African ancestors who came through Gibson's Wharf in Charleston, South Carolina are rolling over in their shallow graves. Tim Scott said kids are being taught that the color of their skin defines them again. Tim, when did it stop? Okay, when has there been a time in America when people have not been defined by the color of their skin? Tim, you said
again, Charlemagne is mistaking what Senator Tim Scott is saying, because Senator Tim Scott, he wasn't, when he said it's defying them again, he's not talking about Black people. Tim Scott was defending white people on there. That's what he was talking about. He wasn't defending African American.
Progressives call you the N-word. You know why they call you the N-word? For no other reason than the color of your skin. I mean, it almost feels like discussing slavery, Jim Crow segregation, mass incarceration, the war on drugs, all of that in.
And progressives aren't calling him the N-word like how the Trump's white racists would call him the N-word. Progressives are calling him a house N-word. Progressives are calling him an Uncle Tom house N-word, which he is.
Research that have extensively documented the ways in which Black people are underrepresented in everything that matters and overrepresented in everything that's wrong. All the extensive data that documents the different treatment Blacks experience, than whites. It feels like even saying that is silly. Because you know that, okay? It's racial disparities in America in wealth, education, employment, homeownership, healthcare, incarceration, and it's all because of America's original racist sin, slavery. But Tim, you know that. You just on TV trying to appease Republican white voters, and that is exactly what our Madam Vice President Kamala Harris did yesterday, too. When she said virtually the same thing when she was asked about Tim Scott's comments on Good Morning America. Listen.
Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I applaud the president for always having the ability and the courage, frankly, to speak the truth about it. He spoke what we know from the intelligence community. One of the greatest threats to our national security is domestic terrorism manifested by white supremacists. And so these are issues that we must confront. And it does not help to heal our country, to unify us as a people, to ignore the realities of that. And the idea is that we want to unify the country, but not without speaking truth and requiring accountability as appropriate.
Well, if you speak in truth, you can't start off by saying America is not a racist country, Vice President Harris. In my mind, I'm like, who on Vice President Harris's comms team is asleep at the wheel? I mean, you saw Tim Scott get barbecued for those same comments on social media. So if the VP, who is a woman of color, is doing interviews the next day, you know she's probably going to be asked about this. The one thing a comms team should have prepped her on is, VP Harris, whatever you do, don't say America is not a racist country. But I can't even really blame the comms team for this, because no Black person, no person of color who is not a tool for white supremacy should fail this question. When you Black, the answer to is America a racist country should be one answer. And you should channel your inner Little John when you say it. Yeah! That's it. And this is what disgusts me about this. I've had conversations with Vice President Harris. Well,
okay. So, and this is what I wanted to say about this. Charlamagne's wrong. Let's go to what Charlamagne said, then we're going to listen to what the vice president said.
Speaking truth and requiring accountability as appropriate.
Well, if you speak in truth, you can't start off by saying America is not a racist country.
So he said right there, he just said, if you're speaking truth, you can't start off by saying America is not a racist country. Charlamagne is wrong. And most African Americans over there in America who agree with this is wrong. You guys are wrong. America is not a racist country. I'm saying that. America is not a racist country. I'm going to show you why in a second. America is not a racist country. And exactly what Vice President Harris said is absolutely fact, 100% true. What she said is 100% facts.
When she said virtually the same thing when she was asked about Tim Scott's comments on Good Morning America. Listen.
Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our.
That's absolutely right. And I'm going to show you why America is not a racist country. So with this, in this instance, I agree with not only Vice President Harris, I also agree with Senator Tim Scott. America is not a racist country. And if you hear the vice president says here that it's not a racist country, she said, but.
No, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today.
We have to speak truth about the history of racism and its existence today. The history of racism and its existence today. She's not saying it doesn't exist anymore. She just said, we have a history of racism, facts, and it still exists. Facts. Right? What's wrong with that? That is absolutely the truth. So you're saying, okay, anti-imperial, what about the whole thing about America not being a racist country? Hear that.
America, listen.
Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but
I don't think America is a racist country. She's correct. And Senator Tim Scott, even though I don't like him, he was correct by saying that. America is not a racist country. What do you mean, anti-imperial? What are you talking about? You just said that, you know, the history of racism and it still exists today. Absolutely right. That's exactly what Vice President Harris said, and she's absolutely correct. For America to be a racist country, which it is not, it would have to be either all racist, 100%, or majority racist, over 50%. Think about it like this. If I had a car and my car was black and my car had one yellow stripe down the side, if somebody will walk up to me and say, hey, that's a nice yellow car, I'm like, that's not a yellow car. It's a black car. I mean, it has a yellow stripe down the side, but it's a black car. You're still confused about what I'm talking about, huh? Let me explain. When George W. Bush, as a matter of fact, let's start off real soon. In the last election with Trump and Biden, Trump lost the popular vote. Biden got more votes than Trump, person to person. When Trump became president and ran against Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton got millions more votes than Trump. When Obama was president, both times Obama ran and won, Obama got more popular votes than John McCain and Mitt Romney. And George W. Bush even lost the popular vote when he became president. The popular vote is actual people. So George W. Bush lost the popular vote when he became president. Obama won the popular vote. So Democrats win the popular vote. Even Hillary Clinton beat Trump by millions of votes. So what does that tell you? There's more people in America that agree with the liberal progressive Democrats than agree with the racist Republicans. Democrats keep winning the popular vote, which means that more people are voting for them. So if more people are voting with the Democratic Party that believes in equality for women, equality amongst genders, equality amongst sexual orientation, equality amongst race. If the popular vote is consistently being won by millions of votes for Democrats, that means that the majority of America is not racist. And if the majority of something is what it is, you can't say that it's not. So if the majority of my car is black and I have one yellow stripe, that doesn't make my car yellow. My car is still black because the majority of my car is black. So if most Americans are voting for liberal Democrats who are not racist, then the majority of America is not racist. Then the majority of America is not a racist country. How does that not make logical sense? If you get a box of ice, if you get a thing of ice cream, and the ice cream is mostly vanilla, but they messed up at the ice cream shop and put 3 scoops of strawberry in your vanilla ice cream, it doesn't mean that now you have strawberry ice cream. It means that your ice cream is vanilla with 3 scoops of strawberry. It's still majority vanilla. Imagine you have a 3-gallon tub of ice cream, and out of the 3 gallons of ice cream, 3 scoops are strawberry. The rest of the 3 gallons is vanilla ice cream. It's still vanilla ice cream with 3 scoops of strawberry. It's still vanilla ice cream. So America's not a racist country, you guys, because the majority of Americans vote for the political party, the Democratic, liberal, progressive political party that is not racist. Democrats always win the popular vote for the past couple decades. So America's not a racist country if the majority of people voting are not voting for the party, the political party of racism, which is the Republican Party. It's a reason why the white supremacists and Ku Klux Klan and the white domestic terrorists and the Proud Boys and all of them, it's a reason why they found a home in the Republican Party. Because they are welcome over there. It's a reason why white supremacists and white racists feel comfortable in the Republican Party. Because they see like-minded individuals over there. But Senator Tim Scott here is correct. Vice President Kamala Harris here is correct. America is not a racist country because the majority of Americans voting are showing you that they are voting against the racists. Hence, Democrats consistently in the presidential election win the popular vote. Thank you very much. Check out my videos right down there, people. Check out my videos right down there. Dogg, Anti-Imperial to chill. You guys take care. Have a great day or great night, depending on where you are in the world. They go to videos right there. You guys take care. Peace. Bye-bye. Peace.